But you do not have to just buy designer, because let's face it, we haven't all got designer money, for one, but we all want to look good.
Mindset.
Yes,
which
indeed.
is probably the hardest of everything we're talking about, because you have to get your mindset right first before we then can go on this styling journey and clothing journey.
All of us have a vision of who we want to be, how we want to show up in this world, and it's those mindset things that stop us from doing it. Hey guys, I'm Mandy Tucker, I'm a style coach for the midlife professional woman, and I'm here to have a conversation with Diane about MyCaroline and how, as a style coach, I can support you on your style journey. So maybe you're feeling a little confused as to what to wear, how to wear it, and how to show up. Between myself and Di, we will support you on your style journey. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having the conversation.
I am so excited to have a conversation with this amazing woman, Mandy, who's not just a friend, a sister, but somebody who I admire doing something which I so need. I would say I'm a confident person, but as I've matured with my wisdom highlights, I'd like to say, I actually begin to think about what I look like and wear and like, is this appropriate? And all these kind of questions I have with myself. So, Mandy, what would you say you are? Are you a stylist? Are you a coach? Are you a, I don't know, what is it you are?
What is it? Well, thank you for the introduction, Diane, sister. I kind of sit between stylist and style coach. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a style coach for midlife professional women, because I take that title because it's about education for me. It's about educating you in terms of how your body may change, how your mindset changes, and therefore how your style needs to align to that. So it's all about the education. A stylist, great, will take you out and style you for your event, go out and buy the latest handbag for you so you look great. But for me, being a style coach, I'm here to support you on that journey so that when you stop working with me, you know exactly what to do, how to dress yourself and why you are dressing yourself.
Why do you only do professional women?
Well, when I say professional women, because I work in corporate as well as being a style coach, so I really align to women who are in the corporate space. But for me, professional is across the realm of your life, of women, right? Because business owners are professionals, right? Mm-hmm. You can be a professional in terms of, if you're branding yourself in a certain way. So for me, it's about professional, ambitious women who want to use style to live a fabulous life and to get things done, because I think we forget that how you style yourself, how you look, has so much importance in terms of what you want to achieve in your life.
Well, Mandy, as you can see, is looking very lovely. But it looks very expensive. Tell me, do you know what? Because it's really weird once again.
Yeah.
As you get older, sorry, Zara, all of these lovely places, I might be able to fit my little finger in one of the trousers. Extra large. But what I'm saying is, they do not design really for someone like me, and especially a woman of colour with the curves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And as you go through the menopause, the curves get very curvy. Yeah, so does it mean that you have to have a deep pocket? Because, I'll tell you something. You can't tell anybody. You can't tell anybody this, but I have this amazing Armani jean jacket, which I love. Yeah, and people say, "Oh, that must have been so expensive." It was how many years ago, but it still looked good.
Yeah,
it's timeless. But I wear it with these jeans, and the jeans are, I must admit, they make me look very good. But they're from George, from Asda.
Yeah.
So, do you have to have deep pockets, or is it more what we're going to come on to about dressing to flatter your particular shape?
Yes. Definitely. Dressing to flatter your shape, your personality, your lifestyle, because there's so much choice out there, whether it's high end or high street. It's less about where you're shopping and more about knowing what you're shopping for. right? Because if you are maybe you're in the office 3 days a week, maybe you're walking the dog, taking the children to school, you need a versatile wardrobe, right? And you're not going to be buying, well, I wouldn't advise you to be buying designer all the time. It's about how does your body look, and then using clothes to fit those proportions, right? To balance your body out, to make you feel confident, right? But you have to look at your personality, your lifestyle, yeah? And then you can choose from across the high street. If you want to go designer, great. But you do not have to just buy designer. Because let's face it, we haven't all got designer money, for one, but we all want to look good. So what I teach, how I support you, is helping you to understand where the right shops are. Those shops that are going to fit your curves, right? That are going to make you stand out. The colours you should use, different accessories you can add in, but it definitely doesn't have to be all designer.
So take me through, I'm your client.
Okay.
I'm meeting you for the first time. Take us through what is the kind of process.
So for me, it's all about the mindset, the limiting beliefs, those things that are holding you, those things that are telling you you can't wear this, yeah? Or my menopause belly has grown a little bit, I can't wear that.
I don't know about menopause belly, it's belly. I don't know.
Because we've all got those things, right? We've all got those things that say, the voices that tell us a story, because it is usually a story. So that's where we start, doing a really deep dive into your mindset. I have questionnaires, I have templates, and we talk through some of those things that are holding you back from really leaning into who you want to be, right? Because I think essentially all of us have a vision of who we want to be, how we want to show up in this world. And it's those mindset things that stop us from doing it every single time.
And it's so interesting because mindset, your psychological well-being and all this is really key to the MyCaroline platform. And I really believe that what's up here translates to, like you can buy clothes where you can hide, because it's like, oh my God. And I even went through that stage at one stage when I was starting through the menopause and my body was changing. Yeah. You think, oh, just go bigger. Oh my God.
We all do it.
When I look back at some of the clothes, I was thinking, why did I buy that? It's huge. It's actually huge. And it actually, when you look back on pictures, you're like,
it is such a misconception. Yeah, it is such a misconception that you just drown yourself in material, because all you're going to do is look bigger, right? It's about understanding the shoulders, how they balance out against the hips, using different materials, textures, colours to accentuate the right parts of your body and to maybe minimise or conceal others, right? So yeah, putting more material doesn't work. So you start with the mindset, we have those conversations, we do some exercises to help dig into some of that. Then we look at your personality. What's your vibe, right? Do you like colour? Don't you? Are you looking for a more reserved kind of style? And what I love to do is use the 3 words process to identify, how do you want people to consume you? When you walk into
me want a man to consume you. Yes, I'm sorry.
When you walk into a room, what do you want people to think?
I want people to think, me arrived, because I always like
you've arrived. Yeah, I want people to feel I'm professional, approachable, whatever. So we use those kind of words to start to dig into and determine the style you might look to. We use different tools. Pinterest, looking at inspiration. What is your 50-50? What is your percentage in terms of formal versus leisure wear in your wardrobe? So the process probably takes around 10 weeks, but there is so much depth in terms of how we start to dig into your style. And yeah, it's really, really great. And people come away from the process understanding, yes, how to dress themselves. We go on style shops, etc. But ultimately, they know themselves better. They understand their style message, because we all have one, right? We all have a style message.
And it's funny, when I was younger, so I come from that kind of fashion, that kind of world anyway. But I was probably, I've always been in the creative space.
Yeah.
So I suppose my professional look is probably different from somebody who works for a bank.
That's right.
So I was always a bit quirky. So I remember when, this is going back a few years, and I had on a suit, but it was like clots.
Yes.
And it was pinstripe, but I had it with Converse. and that was just me. I was always known to have this quirky,
it's uniqueness, it's
quirky style, and I still would like to feel that I have that, but I really do struggle to find stuff that I think suit me. Now I am more mature. There's certain things that personally for me, I wouldn't wear anymore.
Yeah.
Like I've got this catsuit. You know what? I'm going to have to show you guys this catsuit. Yeah. I'm fitting the thing, and it was like got tiny little mesh holes. I'm like, oh my God!
I had a catsuit too. It was velvet back in the day.
Oh, you see? And you know, I look at it now and I'm thinking, I wouldn't wear that again. Yes. I don't care how slim, how toned, I wouldn't feel it's appropriate for me now. Yeah. So, are there things what you would say at a certain age? Because I would wear a catsuit. Like I did wear what they call it play suit now.
Yeah, an all-in-one.
The slim thing. But it's flowy.
Exactly.
It's different, you know. Yeah. But I would say it suits me for where I am now. It's elegant. Yep. But it's a catsuit.
Yeah.
Play suit.
It is. It's finding alternatives. Yeah, because I think we get stuck in, well, that's what I wore 20 years ago. I want to now still be wearing that. But it's either not appropriate for the environment or not appropriate for your age, right? So you have to look to what other styles give you that vibe, give you that feeling, but maybe with a different flow. Maybe it's a different color, a different texture. And I think also making sure that you understand where you're going in terms of your style, right? You know, as we can age and mature, we wanna feel confident. So is that more structure that you're going to introduce, or is it more color? Right? And understanding your uniqueness, because that's what you've talked about, your uniqueness. You like colour, you like things that are different, you know, want to stand out. And it's understanding those things before you go out and shop, really.
Yeah, because I remember when I went to, this is a number of years ago as well, and I went to what do you call it? She was a stylist, but she did the colour wheel and did everything. And I love black. Yeah. And you couldn't tell me black wasn't my colour. Yeah. And when she told me, black isn't actually your colour, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean? We like the black. Yeah. You know, and my colours were autumn colours. Yeah. So burnt oranges, greens, yellow, mustards.
Yes.
That actually is my colour. Yeah. And even though I was like, no, it's not. When I actually do wear those colours,
you come alive.
My skin, everything does radiate. Yes. So, them know a thing. They do know a few things.
And I think the black thing, it's another one, a bit like loads of material, right? We all think black's going to make us look slimmer. No, it's not. Right? It's not. It's the way, you know, it's the cut of a piece of clothing, right? How you're cinching in your waist, right? If you're wearing a wide leg trouser, balancing out your shoulder with that wide leg, balancing out the body, you know? So those are the kind of things we need to look at. But yeah, don't add black all top to bottom, because a lot of the time it will drown you out, make you look a little bit sallow. And if you're not very comfortable in utilising colour, then just add in pockets of it, right? And I said on my stories this morning, right? A pop of colour in your lip does amazing things for your mood as well as how people see you, right?
You know, my signature is my little red
lip.
But funny enough, I was at an event last Friday, and I had an all black dress. Yes. Which I love because it goes in, like, it's just flattering. Yeah. Had a long split at the front, but I said, we can't go with the all black. Yeah. So I just had a red statement necklace.
There you go.
And my red Converse.
Yes. Those little accents, they do so much for your look. And what you've also done there is provided cohesion. Because if you go with just a black outfit, well, it looks fine, but I think it looks a little bit undone. But those accents really makes it pop, and it's like you're the person that's going to be noticed, right? Did you see that lady? She had that great red lipstick. I loved her shoes, because you've made it stand out in a great way. So I think it's paying attention to those details that's really the most important thing.
So Mandy.
Yes.
We are of a very similar age.
We are indeed.
Why did you get into this?
Why did I get into this?
What was your driver?
I've always loved style, always, you know, loved unique outfits and putting things together for myself. But I think as I sort of turned 50 a few years ago, and we've touched on it, the the changes in my body, looking in the mirror, just where's this extra weight come from?
I call it the warmers, the
warmers,
that warm up the places.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more curvy than I want to be or than I used to be. I really struggled with, okay, well, how does my style now change? Because it needs to, because I don't feel comfortable. And I think one thing I would say to all of your audience is, if you have started to feel that, you're putting on a bit of weight maybe in different places, please, please, please size up if you need to. So I think it was reconditioning my own mind. And I thought, hey, I can actually support women on this journey because I'm on it myself, right? So I've taken my style training. I mean, I've been a coach for many years, helping women on their journey. I think that was my catalyst, because the midlife journey especially, it can be really challenging, but when you start to really nail how you want to show up in this world, it can be so empowering as well.
Well, I let everybody know, but I don't know why I'm chatting my business. Yes, I'm chatting my business. But you know what I do? When there's sales on, when you try and get your size, it's normally gone, isn't it?
Yes,
first.
Indeed.
So what I do, which it's taken on a bit of what you've said, so I will go, and always the ones that are left are the very small or the very big.
Yeah.
So my dressmaker said, get a 22 or a 24. And people look at me. When I've always gone to the thing, they've looked at me and said,
yeah,
okay.
Why?
But then I have her take it to literally fit me,
like
my body.
Yeah.
So, and that's why she always says, get the biggest you can, so she's got the extra material to play with.
Yeah.
And honestly, I remember me getting something from Marks, I just watch it go down and down and down. And it was originally 300 and something pounds. Yeah. In the end, it went down to 15.
Yes.
And I got, because it was a size 26 or something ridiculous. When my designer finished with that, mate, I just felt like $1 million. And that's what I know everybody may not be able to get a thing, but I studied this at fashion school.
It's such a great tip. And I was talking to my client just last week. She's a petite lady, and the problem she has is, and many will understand this, is trousers especially, right? So you have that gaping at the back of the trouser. Take it to a tailor. Because it will fit like a glove, right? So, I mean, definitely tailoring is a secret weapon, right? And it doesn't always have to be really, really costly.
No.
But I think the longevity, the cost per wear that you're going to get out of that outfit, it just makes sense.
Yeah, it really, really does. So, mindset.
Yes,
which is probably the hardest of everything we're talking about, because you have to get your mindset right first before we then can go on this styling journey and clothing journey. For you, what was the advice you looked in the mirror and told yourself?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. I looked in the mirror and said to myself, you've got so much more that you want to achieve, right? That I want to achieve as a woman, as a working corporate woman, a woman of 54. There's so much I want to achieve, and I want to feel fabulous in doing it. Because I think so many times we can sort of step back into the shadows. And for me, it's a time we need to step forward into whatever goals we have. So knowing that I wanted to look fabulous, I kind of went on this journey to understand what's going to make me feel great and look great. Yeah. So whether that is, investing in my wardrobe a bit more, using strategies in terms of my mindset to feel more confident. And I think it's one step at a time. Yeah, because don't overwhelm yourself, So even if it's just every morning, whether it's affirmations, whether it's looking in the mirror and saying, hey, you look good today. Yeah, taking time out by yourself to journal how you're feeling. So I think one tip I'd also give is, if you have every time you get dressed in the morning, take a picture. Take a picture of how you look in that outfit. One, that will tell you whether that outfit is good for you or not, whether you need to make a change in terms of that top or those trousers because it's not flattering. But two, that's something, especially if you feel you look great, you can go back and look at that outfit on your phone, every week to just give you the confidence. So I think for me, it was about building my confidence and knowing that I can look and feel great.
And I also think it's really important what you've just said, is to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
I think when people do these kinds of exercises for somebody else
Yeah.
or for work or for whatever. It never works, and it's not longevity, because you won't be able to keep up with that.
And I think it's unfulfilling.
It's
unfulfilling.
I definitely think it is, and that's why I think we have to do the work.
Yeah.
You know, and I do think sometimes